Great. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our pre-match press conference ahead of our game against Chicago. We have midfielder defender Justin Haak. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll start in the room with Roberto.
Hey Justin, the team's had a season of ups and downs, and we thought that it was past it, but then against DC, we saw that it wasn't. So, how does the team bounce back from that game?
Yeah, I think it's kind of unfortunately been the story of our season that we have really, really good games followed by some games that are not so good. So I don't think it's nothing that we're not used to already. We've already bounced back after these pretty bad games that we've had throughout the season, and we're looking forward to doing that again this weekend versus a team that's right under us in the standings.
They're not only under you, but also this is a team that scores goals in industrial quantities. Coopers has 16, Ziganagel has 12, Bamba has 5, Gutierrez has 8. I mean, this is a high-powered offense. How do you guys deal with this?
Yeah, I mean, we faced already the best offenses in the league. This is one of them. And it's really just about controlling these guys that you mentioned. You know, they're always going to be dangerous, but if we can kind of limit the dangerous situations that they can get in, especially they're very good at the counterattack. They have a lot of pace. So it's about staying organized in the back and just always being ready for those moments, unlike the second goal in the DC game.
If I can ask one more, Matt Freese obviously had a really good game against Japan and all that. What does it mean to the team to have somebody like him in goal?
Yeah, no, Matt's been everybody feels great about having Matt in the goal. We all know he can produce a big save when we need him, and I think he's been getting better. He's at first when he got here, he had to wait for his opportunity, but I think as soon as he stepped in the goal, he really showed what that he can be one of the best goalkeepers in the league. And now it's great that finally the men's national team and around the league people are realizing that.
Thank you.
What?
Hello, Justin.
What's up?
I want to get back to the DC United game and kind of combine it with Montreal. So they're arguably two of the lesser teams in the league, and 3 losses and a draw in the 4 games against them. And there was a lot of discussion before the DC United game. We brought it up with Pascal, and I'm going to bring it up with him again today about the kind of psychological natural let up if you think like you're playing against somebody that's maybe, not at the level of an Nashville or Cincinnati. Do you think that's what's happening? Have you been able to decipher it?
No, I think for 44 minutes in the first half, we were super locked in. I thought we had the ball pretty much the whole half. We got the goal. And I think if we just stay focused for one more minute before halftime on the throw-in, we go into halftime up 1-0 and it's a different game. But I think it's just we let these little moments catch us off guard. And that also happens versus Nashville. Like we started off very slow and went down 1-0. So it can also happen in that game. I think we just struggle when teams really sit back and are on top of their 18. I think we haven't been able to figure that out quite yet. And then it's these little moments on the other end that get us in these type of games.
Right, because I suppose it's the 90-minute,
Mhm.
attention span versus just a period. And no argument, the period of time in the first half was exceptional. But then I think they had the better of it in the second.
Yeah,
How do you explain that?
in the game, I felt like we were a little bit sloppy on the ball coming out of halftime, which obviously can happen, but we always try to make it so it doesn't happen. But I just felt like we were a little bit sloppy, a little bit disorganized in the second half. Maybe it came from frustration of giving away the lead in the first half. I'm not 100% sure, but I think definitely the feeling going into halftime was a lot worse than what it should have been based off how well we played in that first half.
And final, your goal.
hmm
I mean, it would have been nicer if it came
Of course,
in
in a
better
win,
situation. But it was a hell of a goal. You're up in the attacking third, combination play. I mean, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was a really good play from Alonso Maxi. I think the whole team, or we had a bunch of passes before that goal, so it was a good goal and definitely would have been better if it came in a win, but happy with the goal.
Okay.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go with Michael.
Hey, Justin, it's Mike Ander from Blue City Radio. Thanks for the time.
No problem.
Pascal mentioned it. You kind of mentioned it. Lapses that caused the loss against DC. When you think about those lapses, a lot of times it doesn't come down really to team play. It's individual error. When you think about the way the team defended that first goal, it really came down to missing, one assignment against Benteke and then the goal that was scored. As a team, do you focus on talking to each individuals when they have those lapses, or do you leave that to Pascal, or how does that get handled?
I mean, every situation is different. Obviously, there's some that like big individual mistakes you know when you made one. You don't really need somebody to tell you what you did wrong. But then, like for example, the second goal, I think we move the ball forward too quickly and kind of give it away too easily. And because of that, we're a little bit disorganized in the back, which leads Benteke is completely free. And then when he plays that through ball, I also hesitate on the trying to block it or being in between decisions, and then that leads to the open goal. So there's always a bunch of different decisions that go into the goals. But of course, if someone makes like a massive individual mistake, you don't, everyone here is professional enough to know when they've made a mistake.
George?
Justin George from the Exchange FC. I want to ask, you're playing a team in Chicago that's fighting to get into the playoffs. I'm not saying that you guys are super comfortable,
Mhm.
but I would say that right now you guys are going into maybe a playoff atmosphere for them.
Mhm.
Is there any different approach that you would take? Not saying to play spoiler, but to make sure you guys aren't on the other end of that and being the reason why they could possibly get in, especially being so close in the standings together.
No, I think when we had 10 games left in the season, Pascal said it best. We have 10 finals. So that doesn't change for us going into this game. These past three games were like playoff games for us, and this one's going to be the same. Just this time, you could say it's a little bit different because we're right next to each other in the standings. But mentality-wise, that doesn't change anything for us. We have seven finals left, and next up is Chicago.